Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I'm here doing a flip through of my January planners. Okay, so I'm finally getting around to flipping through my January planners. It has just been a busier time of life than I thought. I don't know, it's just been busy. But I am ready to flip through these planners. I have here my Faith Planner, my Franken Planner, which will be the bulk of the planning or the flip through. I have my work planner as well as my social media planner. And just to go ahead and mention right off front, I do not flip through in this video my two memory books for my girls. Those are just, my own separate project. I have photos in there and, I don't ever keep up with it. That's the honest truth. And so they're not really normally ready for the flip through each month. So those are two planners I don't flip through. And then the other set of planners, or I guess reference material that I don't flip through, are going to be all of my home binders. So I will show you in this one a couple of pages that I did put together. These pages do go into my home binder, but you'll see that as we go into it. So I think for the sake of just clearing out my space, I'm going to flip through these three first and save my Franken planner for last. I consider all four of these planners my functional system, and so I will show you all the spreads. There might be parts of it that I have to blur out or, just keep private for whatever reason. So, that just might happen. But I am going to endeavor to show you every single page and at least talk to you about my January lineup and like how it worked for me, the adjustments that I made, some of the things that I'm already considering doing. But really this video is just to show you all the pages. So I am just starting at the bottom, random order really, with my social media planner. So I do have covers and discs on here. I do have full setup videos for I think all of these planners. So I'll link those in the description. So I won't discuss like discs and covers and all those types of things. And I won't flip through the beginning pages. I do have flip throughs, like full flip throughs of those in separate videos as well. I'll try to link everything in the description. If I don't link it, please do remind me. I'll just link it for you. Right, so we're gonna get right into January, and I'm realizing I do still have January 2024 in here, you guys. Oh my gosh, I flipped through this recently and I said I need to clean it out and I haven't done it yet. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is January 2025. These covers are from a Work Plus Life planner that I just had in my stash. I do have the entire 12-month set of planners in here, so those will be the dividers for the entire year. That's exciting. So January, don't forget to have fun. I do have it with a monthly layout, but I don't use the monthly layout. It's from 2023. Wow, that's kind of old. And then I don't actually use the Work Plus Life planner, so you can see it's a vertical layout, but I didn't use that. All right, what I use for social media is going to be a outdated teacher layout. And so I have here some ideas. It looks like from December, right? But this goes right into January. I did use a set of stickers that I purchased. I will link this in the description as well. These are some stickers I purchased, I think, from Amazon, and they have been great to just kind of number. I have a lot of wasted numbers because I think it goes until, I would say, maybe 40 or 50, and so I don't use every single number, but it does come with some blank ones, so I use that to cover up the dates that are not related to January. So these are, of course, December of last year. And then I cover the side here with some just like white sticker paper, and I let my daughter plop stickers everywhere. But I do use this for social media, really just journaling or tracking. So here I'm tracking some posts that I was making for Christmas break. Then I have YouTube and Instagram notes, notes about PR, rep type of stuff. So that's just kind of how it goes. I don't really know. I had a note here. This must have been notes for a YouTube video of things I wanted to do. I'll take notes when I sit down to edit the video, and I'll just take notes to myself. So that must have been from that. Some ideas, I guess, for videos. And I just kind of put it here just as a good spot between weeks. But normally this would just be on a week. But then here's a different layout, a different teacher layout, which again, I just covered up the dates on the side and just redated for 7 days a week across the top. Actually looks super cute. I love how balanced it looks. This week, probably my favorite, right? And again, going into another set of pages. This one, Rose, my 2-year-old, just stuck all the stickers on this side. She covered up the dates and all sorts of stuff. And so I ended up doing this method where I am right here just talking about my daily pages. I was trying in January to record a short or a reel for every single daily page that I put together in my classic, which you will see later. And then the videos or Instagram posts. So these are YouTube videos. And then these, I guess like the peach color, are all Instagram. And so I did have, you can see here for YouTube, I had film, edit, Instagram, and YouTube. Same thing here, right? And I just checked when, if I did it, and then put the date for when I did it. So that's kind of how I did it. These Instagram ones are just pictures, but then I also kept notes to myself. So that's just kind of how I did it. I actually really love this because I can see at a glance where things are missing check marks, like right here. This one I didn't post on Instagram, but I did publish it as a YouTube video. Same thing here. I'm actually very bad at taking YouTube videos and posting them to Instagram. So, you know, that will pretty much always be missing. Right, and then this is the page that I decorated for the week of the 20th. Super cute. Same kind of deal. I just mixed it up a little bit. Went back to the old version of like, you know, kind of by row. Well, not really. Like these are the YouTube videos that I put in like fancy lettering, right? And then the rest are just notes to myself. Right, and this closes out January, and you can see how empty it is compared to some of the other weeks. But again, I like to have the entire month together, and so for February, the 1st and the 2nd are in February. So even though it's only 2 days, I will put it in February, and in fact, I'll show you. Here it is in February. So January is all done. This page is super empty to me, but you know, it is what it is. It is a functional planner for me, so it's cute with the stickers, but I don't have to have them, you know? Okay. So let's move then into my work planner. Okay, and you guys, I've been standing all day, so I just finally had to pull a seat up. Hopefully it doesn't change the sound too much. But again, I do have a flip through of my work planner. Recently did a 2024 flip through. I still do have those pages in here. I have not yet had time to clean it out. But those pages are all the pages before this divider. This divider is the start of my January. What I use for my work planner is an outdated dashboard layout. Last year, 2024, it was a current planner, but now it's officially outdated. So I do white it out and just recover. I try to match up the dates a little bit. This one actually is a 2024 page that I'm using for 2025, but I did have to redate upcoming weeks. But what I do is just track my meetings on this side. I did start, you'll see this a little bit later, I did in this section right here, track my work hours. So you'll see that. For this week, just because I had covered it up, I put my work hours like that. And then on the back side, it's the corresponding page. So this is for the week of the, basically December 30th through the 5th. And these are the notes for December 30th through the 5th. And you can see this is essentially like the very, very last page of the Happy Planner, the notes page, and I just used it just to take all of my tasks. And you can see it's super messy. I let my daughter color, well, I didn't let her, she just found my planner and started coloring in it. It's totally fine. I am using it as a functional planner, so it's nice to see these kind of notes that she leaves for me. And so same kind of deal, work events, meetings and things like that, and then my work hours here. I did stop taking my work hours in February, and in fact I went back to do this, and you know, I just didn't love it. So like, is it really necessary to know I work 38 minutes, 4 hours and 38 minutes? I think that's just a little bit too much. I'm a salaried employee. I just like to keep track of it. I don't know, just to be nosy about my own life, I guess, but I don't really need it. So that's just kind of the flow of it. When I need extra pages, I will add them in. Right, so again, this is the week of the 6th, right? I took all these notes and I ran out of room, so I added another note in here. I did cover it up with stickers just to get rid of like the old dates, but this side I didn't do that, right? But I, again, just took all the notes that I needed to, just add pages as I need to. And so you'll see that throughout, that I ended up being extremely busy to the point where I'm adding a ton, right? This one I didn't use, right? So I just crossed that out and took notes on both sides. So I ended up pretty much every week adding pages. Right, here's another example. I added this page. I ended up not having to use the back side of that. Right, and then here, I have January, and again, the 1st and the 2nd, I have moved into February, right? I have a ton of notes here, right? This is just a random sheet that I wrote on the back for February, right? And one thing that you'll notice with this planner is I don't have dividers, like January, February dividers, or monthlies. I don't really use any of those. I basically use weeklies and dailies for this. This planner, I'm going to come back in probably the next couple of videos, one of the next couple of videos, and talk to you about like how I've changed my setup for February, just because I am taking so many notes, as you can see. And I noticed that in January, I'm noticing it already in February, so I had to make a little bit of an adjustment there. So I do want to just record a separate video about my updates to my work planner. But that's what I did for January. It wasn't super cute. Like, I gotta be honest, I let Rose just go wild with stickers, and so it's not super duper cute, but you know, it is functional. So there you go. Okay, continuing this video. Hopefully this video is not gonna be long, you guys. I already feel like it's gonna be long. We're moving into my faith planner. So truth be told, I did not do a great job in my faith planner. I did the first week or two, I'm pretty sure, and then after that I fell off the wagon. I will say I also have a Christ in all of Scripture, like a reading plan, a devotional that I also did not do. I did like a couple of pages, and so you know that was in my faith. Like I guess like I flipped through some of the pages for that, but I just didn't do it. So I'm going to have to scale down my faith planner for sure. But let's go ahead and flip through January. I do at some point need to do a flip through of my faith planner. Actually, I might have done that. All right, actually, let me zoom in also. I think I recently did that, right? So again, if I have recently flipped through it, I am going to link it in the description so you can see like the beginning pages that I'm skipping, right? But we're gonna start here with January. I might have to blur out some things in this planner just for privacy reasons. So if that happens, you know, just know it's because I'm, you know, blocking addresses and privacy, like prayer requests, things like that. So here, I thought I did a great job this week. Okay, so this is the faith planner, right? This is what it looks like. This is actually a current planner. I did buy this one on clearance at Hobby Lobby for like, I think less than $10. It was about like $9, $8.74, something like that. It was an 18-month planner, and I didn't use the first 6 months. I actually have the first 6 months in the back here to use at some point later. And so this first week, super cute. I decided to use some stickers and just make it super duper cute. I love it. I was using this section to write out the verse of the day in the Bible app, the YouVersion Bible app, and then I was using this to write out all of the different chapters that I'm reading in my daily plan. So the daily plan that I'm reading is Biblica. It's not really chronological, so it's a mix of like, there's usually an Old Testament passage or chapter, there's usually a New Testament passage, there's going to be either something from Psalms or Proverbs. So I like the mix of that. So you'll see, you know, there's Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. And so I'm just tracking what I read from Monday to Sunday. I've been doing really well with listening to or reading the Biblica reading plan. I just haven't been good about tracking it. I also in January started the Daily Grace Code, the Christ in all of Scripture. You can see here a couple of days here, but I fell off very quickly with that. And then the other one I was doing, which again I kind of fell off of it, is the Heart Dive. It's Heart Dive Ministries, and this year, 2025, they're doing the Heartbeats of God. I listened to, I think, the first 2 weeks of episodes, and then I think that they had some personal stuff happening where they missed a few days, and also I wasn't super enjoying the format that they decided on. I do need to go in and listen to like maybe what the updates are, just so that way I can like be on top of it and pray for them and, you know, really encourage their ministry. But it just wasn't a format that was fitting with what I was wanting from a Bible study. Same thing with Daily Grace Co. I'm enjoying it in the sense of like understanding and reading the connections for Christ, it being all of Scripture, including in Old Testament. I just am not very good about like journaling about it. That's the problem I'm realizing. I like to read, I like to listen, I like to take in the Word of God, but I don't necessarily need to write out the Word of God. So that's kind of where we are. So this is the first page, very long description of that. I do have, you can see here, like some prayer requests. This one I won't block out. They were just, I think this was from Heart Dive. They were just saying, you know, think about some of the things that God is doing in your life and just write those things down. So I did that. So You know, I am very good, a beautiful creation of God. I try to do the journaling thing. I'm just not very good at it, you guys. That's what I take from that. Oh, I had this page. So because I didn't have room here for my sermon notes, I did take my sermon notes on just a random sheet of paper. And so I added it between the weeks, right? I ended up having a second set of pages. I don't know if yeah, I think this must be from our study of the end times, right? So that is that. Oh, in the front side of it, let me go back. This must have been from Sunday school. This was from worship service. Okay. I clarified that in my mind. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the second week, right? This week you can see ended up, you know, not using stickers. So, you know, but I did, oh yeah, I actually did for 2 weeks, right? So, and then I stopped doing Heart Dive, right? That's pretty much where I stopped. But I took notes, have notes here. These are the notes from our study of the end times. And then I used this page. It just kind of carries over into this other page. I wrote some notes to myself. Again, I'm very good about taking notes during church, just not good when I'm like listening or reading through the Bible myself. So that's kind of where I am. Also not good about doing the daily verse. So that's where we are. And I think that might actually be it. So let's see. Okay, I had this page. I didn't fill this out. You can see. So I did write on the back of a coloring sheet. So there's that. I have these envelopes. They're stored here in the front. But I put any Sunday school crafts or anything from the girls in here. Let me double check that there's some stuff here that I have to blur out. Okay, so I just took it out so that way I don't have to blur it out, but there's more notes here. There's a whole packet. There's like coloring sheets from Sophia, from Rose. I have my bulletin from church in there. So those all go in this little sleeve because I don't bring a punch with me to church, but I do bring my planner, just not a punch. And then I had this other coloring sheet. I didn't color it. I just probably, let Sophia draw on the back. So that's super cute. Okay, so you can see her. I didn't actually write on it. This is the corresponding page. Like that. So that's the week, and I did not write on it at all. Right, and so, okay, and I think same thing here where I didn't write on it at all. I just had this one sheet that I colored. I didn't write on the back. You know, I must have just been coloring during Sunday school. I think this was the week that I was in nursery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So, you know, that I was in the nursery with the babies and didn't actually get to hear the sermon for this week. Okay, and then this actually should be an envelope, but I guess I didn't use one. These are just notes, just some examples. This is roses. Oh, from February. I shouldn't be showing you these. These will be for next month's flip through, right? But I'll just show you the page completely empty. Yeah, so I only did 2 weeks. All right, that's kind of the take-home message here. So I need to go back in this and kind of reorient myself to what I want to do here. It might be something where I need to move it into my FRANKENPLANNER. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see though. I really want to make some adjustments here to prioritize this for 2025. So stay tuned for that. Okay, and then last but not least is my FRANKENPLANNER. So this video is already super long. I'll try to keep this very short. This part of the flip through very short, but I do have in here 6 sections. It is set up as a FRANKENPLANNER, and I do have the flip through or the setup for January that I will link in the description so you can see the setup with dividers and me talking and showing you all the different things. But I'm going to flip through all the pages here. The front, nothing really changed in the front in the first section. You know, my word of the year, my envelopes, sticky notes, all of those were the same. I didn't use any of these beginning pages. All right, so I'll flip through that. Again, that is in my setup video, so make sure you watch that if you're interested in seeing some of that in a little bit more detail. I did decide, okay, so I see this. I did decide at one point to just put in some of my faith planner pages to try to use it a little bit more frequently. I didn't actually use any of these pages, right? So they actually should take them out and move them into my faith planner. Okay, and then I did do, like I mentioned at the very, very beginning of the video, I did do a couple of pages that go into my home binder. So I have several different home binders, one of which is my travel home binder, and I keep like packing lists, just vacation planning notes, and I wanted to update this one and just get a cruise specific packing list and just like a planning list going. So I didn't update this page. It was just the page that I already had in my home binder, and so I just wanted to keep them together. I found the corresponding pages here, and I just wanted to update. All right, so what did I update to here? So these were just some more, again, these pages I already had done, right? I also went through my Disney home binder, and I do know that we at one point took a Disney cruise, and I was keeping this initially in my Disney home binder, but cruising with Disney, we've only done it once, so I thought it made more sense as a cruise page, going with my cruise, putting into my vacation travel planner. So yeah, I thought this tracker was super cute, but these were all old pages. All right, the pages that I actually made, this one, right? So this is the vacation plan. I did this as a video, so you can find this on my channel. I put all the things that I want to do prior to a cruise, and so I actually need to add a couple of things. I realized once I had made this and started planning my cruise that I wanted to add one related to my Carnival stocks. I can get onboard credit for owning Carnival stocks, so I wanted to add a note about that. And then the other one was just making sure that I purchase the limit for alcohol. So you can bring on wine per person. You can bring like a bottle of wine. So I want to add that, right? Those are things that I definitely want to just have included in here. So I did make this page, right? And that was really it. Okay, so long explanation for that, right? This next section is my catch-all section. So it's my personal planner. This is the only planner where I use the monthly, right? I do use the monthlies in my memory books for the girls, but in terms of my own setup, the functional planners, I only use one monthly, and this is it. So I do cross things out, you can see here, but I did decorate this and, try to keep it cute, but also want it to be functional. I do track my events beforehand and then cross things out if I don't do them. I need to cross this one out, actually. We didn't do that, so I don't have a pen handy. Where's my pen? All right, I'll have to cross that one out for sure. So let me just flip through it. I ended up not doing anything with this dashboard layout, but I did use these pages to move pages from my daily pages, right? The tasks from my daily pages that didn't get done that day, I moved here, right? And then eventually, sometimes I finish them, sometimes not. These pages, I will actually move to February and keep them as just like a running log of all of my painting tasks. I want to keep it together for the entire year. So that's what I want to do. It is marked for January, so that way I can keep track of it, right? But so those were the 4 pages here, right? Just seeing that, right? I didn't use the notes pages, and the currently page I didn't use either, so I taped it to the very first of my daily pages. And these are Tulle, T-U-L, daily pages that were initially letter size, and I cut off the date that was across the top and I trimmed it down just to fit the classic size, right? And so I am so happy that this was the one planner I was in every single day. I did decorate and have a video, a short for every single one of these videos on my Instagram. I think I missed like 1 or 2 uploads for YouTube, but most of these are shorts on YouTube as well, right? And so I've got that page. This was a random note I just wrote on the front of it. Right, I save everything, you guys, and try to use every single side of everything. Right, so this is day number 2. Right, again, this is an old note from like 2023, I think even. So I took some notes on just one side of it. All right, and then here is, I'll actually show you this. Right, that is January the 3rd. This is an envelope from my dentist that was kind of actually the perfect size. So I went to the dentist and saved all of my notes from that. Right, this is the 4th. I do have some notes under here, so let me peel this up so you can see this. That's what that looks like. Right, and how I use this is essentially events or major tasks that I'm just logging. So like social media, prepping for lunch, prep for party, all my, just all the things I'm doing. I do try to note events in a separate way, so whether it's in boxes or like hand lettering or something like that. This side I normally use for tasks and journaling, and it kind of moves around depending on the page, but that's kind of how I do it. All right, so like here's just journaling, here's the to-do list. All right, I have some more journaling on this side. All right, going into the 7th, I'll try to flip through fairly quickly. Somehow I missed a page. All right, so it goes into the 8th here, the 9th, the 10th. I've got a very long to-do list. This is where I'm just trying to remove tasks from my digital app, Remember the Milk. So a lot of these are super old tasks, but I'm transferring them over here and then moving them to my monthly layout pages as pending tasks. So here we go, the 12th. Happy sticker day for the 13th. I thought it was so fun and colorful. The 14th. The 15th. I like this blend of stickers. Kind of random, but I like it. All right, here's the 16th. using Glam Girl. Right, the 17th using Daydreamer. All right, this is Wild Journey, the teacher sticker book. Ooh, I like these Rapunzel, and I ended up finding some purple stickers that worked out really well. Right, here's the 20th. I used the word strips, I think from Planner Babe, I think. All right, and you can see I just take notes everywhere, pretty much. I don't know what this note is, I just keep everything. All right, we had a snow day, which never happens in the South. So we had actually like 3 days of snow. It wasn't snowing all 3 days. The snow stayed for 3 days. It was gorgeous, you guys. I loved it. All right. Very cold though. Right, so I did a day 2 of snow themes, and then this day was still snow on the ground, but you know, I had already decorated it with these florals. All right, and then this was super cute for this giant sticker. I just love that. This is wellness oriented. I didn't love the orientation of the different stickers, but you know, it still works. I'm just gonna use all the stickers. All right, and then here, this is Papillon. I love the sticker book. I just love it. This is a note. We moved. I keep everything, you guys. This is a sticky note that I put on Rose's, just like all the boxes where I store like the next size up in clothes. And so, you know, I switched her up to 2-year-old clothes. And so I don't need a sticky note on the box anymore, you guys. She's finally fitting into 2-year-old clothes. So we got rid of, put them all into her drawer. Right, a Mickey Mouse theme here. Right, I used, I think, Happy Goals here. Super cute. All right, and this was Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. And so I printed out some stickers for this one. Right, and the 30th here is, it's the Adventure Calls from Happy Planner, the Be Happy box, right? And then this is the final day, right? So it is, I can't remember the sticker book. It's definitely dark florals of some sort, right? So this is the end page. Again, I saved one side of it. This is like from 2024 probably, but I saved that side because I hadn't used it. So now I've used both sides and I can finally toss it. All right, moving into, I don't know what that is, just a random micro, nope. Moving into this next section, it is my health log, which I basically use to track my food, you guys. I sometimes keep physical symptoms, but it's mostly just tracking what I eat every single day. So let's just show you the stickers that I used. I think these stickers I added after the fact, so but at least they're in there. I'm using random horizontal pages, as you can see. They are outdated, so I'm renumbering using just random numbers. Like, they don't even match, you guys. But yeah, I liked the washi here. That's really cute. Tried to use up some meal plan boxes, but ended up being way too small for me to track because I like to write down every single thing I eat, right? And so then here's the last week. Right, it's not super cute, you guys, but oh yeah, my teeth hurt that day. I don't know why my teeth hurt that day. Yeah, I do write physical symptoms sometimes. All right, and then going into the next section, there's 3 more sections, you guys. This one is my my personal growth planner. I actually decided to add this, and I should do this for all of my planners. I had this divider, the Simply Layout divider from the planner I'm actually using, and I found one of the dividers, and I just trimmed off the actual tab with the month, and you know, that makes it super cute because, like, look at this, right? You can see the front of the page, you know, so it's cute, like it's cuter like this. So I'm gonna do that for February for sure, right? So you can see, like, it is just the divider, and it flips right into the first page, and so this is the first week. I was using it initially just to track my leadership events, like right here, but then I also decided to add in my goals journaling. Right, so those are all these boxes. Some weeks or some days I skipped, you can see that. And then towards the middle of January, I did decide to add in my chores, so that goes in this kind of section right here. So there's a lot happening, but I think it's actually super cute, right? It is the Simply Layout. It is an outdated planner that I got from Walmart, just because I love the line art for the planner. And so, oh yeah, see, I totally gave up here with journaling. But if I need a page, I basically pull a page from, like, just my stash, or from, you know, later in the planner, not from the FRANKENPLANNER, but from the actual Simply Layout planner pages. I just pull an extra page and just add it in here. I did print out these for myself, and then the stickers, all of the stickers besides the month of the year, came from Sweet Kwai Design. Right, super cute. I am taking notes to myself. These do go into my catch-all as well. Right, so that is that is the end of that. I do have a photo here that actually, wait a minute, is this, oh yeah, this is 26, right, it does go here. So this is a photo that of a project that we're doing, and we met here on the 28th. So that photo kind of goes with there. Actually, I should probably just glue it down there. All right, so that is that. I have my envelope with the stickers that I'm using, but I can clear that out and start using my February stickers now. All right, and then going into this section, this is my family planner. So I use my family planner to track just like text messages, events, major milestones in my family's life. I also track text messages with my friends or any events with my friends. So I just kind of decorate and write. It's nice to be in a vertical layout. So I do use a vertical layout. It's going to be a random mix of like outdated pages. I did stamp the dates here for that. So it's just, again, just random stickers. I pull random stickers from my stash as well to be able to decorate. This week I just decided to use my fall stickers. I know it's January, you guys, but I'm just gonna use it. And then this week I like the washi. All right, I'm trying to use up my washi too, so try to add washi in here. Okay, super cute. All right, and then again, goes into like a different planner. So this is the last week here with that last planner. Right, I do like love these dividers just because they are usually see-through. You can still kind of see it even though it's a little bit frosted, right? Okay, and then final section, you guys, is going to be my budget planner. I did not do a good job. I did go back in and fill this out, but I will say that this was a lot of back planning for this section. So what I use this for is just categorizing my expenses. I do have my expenses in my micro book. I'm not going to flip through that. Basically, it's literally the same. I do decorate my micro on video as one of my before the pin like plan with me videos. So you can see the decorated spread for my micros, and then I just add the expenses in there, right? And so then what I do is take the expenses by day and categorize them. So you can see here personal, food, home, health, kids, Sophia. I didn't have any more categories this week. But then I have, I think, 10 categories. And so just depending on the week, sometimes I use every single category. Sometimes I don't, you know. I take notes to myself. There's all sorts of budget type stuff happening, but you can see it's like super empty, right? So this is a good example. Actually, let me go back. Right here, I normally white this out. I should white this out, but I do white it out and just use the categories themselves. And then this week, I did white it out. You can see I have like one that it was an 8th category, so I had to squeeze it in there. So some weeks are fuller than the others, but really it's not that. It's mostly just stickers, right? So just to go to this last week here, again, I didn't white it out, but this week I decided to combine 2 weeks of expenses. It initially started out life as like this winter planner, but then I also on the very last week in my micro planner used the retro budget sticker book. So I just added a couple of stickers to make it retro budget as well, and I just combined 2 weeks of planning or like expense tracking by category in here, and it worked out fine. And honestly, I mentioned this in my last micro video, I'm just repeating myself, right? I really can just use the micro. I'd have to add pages every once in a while, but I think it's okay. I'm just gonna move to just using the micro and save these pages for later. So you can see here, it's aligned vertical. Actually, I don't know if you can see it here, but it is aligned vertical. That's outdated, so I can definitely use it for some other purpose. I did it for a month, and I did it for a good portion of 2024. It's just not really serving its purpose anymore for me, so I'm not going to do it for February. So I did make that decision already. So you won't see this this classic size one anymore. So yeah, okay. That was a very long flip through, you guys, but I hope you got to see everything. I don't think I blurred anything out, actually. I'm kind of excited about that. I did have to cut some of the video to be able to not have to blur anything out, but it was a 99.6% complete flip through of everything that I have in my functional planning. Again, I covered my FRANKENPLANNER, which includes my catch-all, my budget, most of my budget, my family planner, friends planner, my personal growth planner, my health planner. I did flip through my faith planner, and I flipped through my work and social media planner, and I've already put them all up, so you guys, I'm not going to put them all back on screen, but I hope you enjoyed this flip through. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.